Hey. Thank you, MCs, and thank you, Derek. Hi, everyone. My name is Kristine. Really nice meeting you all, and thank you very much for taking your time to join our DevFest event. Before I introduce myself, I want to play a really short and stupid video that I created for myself. So just see if it works. Stupid video, but yeah, that's it. The eyeball part always give me a kind of goosebump. But my name is Kristine again. So I want to talk you through how developer community can help you navigate through the age of AI. So I've been with Google for 9.5 years now. Started as an administrative business partner to site engineering director, and then I transferred to people operations and worked there as a tech recruiter, hiring for software engineer and cloud engineer mainly for Korea. And then I joined this team as a regional lead for Korea. And then I kind of finally expanded my scope to look after Australia and New Zealand as well. So as you can see from the video, I'm originally from Korea, but I have recently relocated to Sydney March this year. So still trying to settle in, really enjoying kind of Sydney lifestyle at this moment. And I'm looking after the Google Developer Community Programs and also Google for Startup Accelerator Program for startups. So I want to talk about these programs in my talk later. So what is the Google Developer Community Programs? There are a few different programs, but maybe I can talk about Google Developer Groups. You can just scan the QR code just to join the group. But Google Developer Group is really global developer communities. There are over 900 chapters across 138 countries. So it is truly a global developer community that Google is supporting. And there are two different programs under Google Developer Groups. We have GDG, Google Developer Groups, for professional developers, and also we have Google Developer on Campus for university developers. And across Australia and New Zealand, we have really thriving and active GDG communities for professional developers. Again, not only we have one in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, we have one in Hobart, Darwin, Wellington, and Perth, you name it. So there are a total of 10 chapters led by more than 50 organizers. And today, they hosted more than 40 events, and more than 3,500 developers joined our event in person across Australia and New Zealand. And I want to shed a little bit more light on our Build with AI campaign that we worked together with our GDG. So Build with AI campaign was all about providing hands-on trainings on AI. And it was truly a global campaign that our team led from early this year until July. And there were more than 2,000 events hosted for Build with AI campaign, and more than 368,000 developers around the world joined our hands-on trainings on AI. So this shows really strong enthusiasm among our developers to get their hands on AI. And across Australia and New Zealand, we hosted 38 Build with AI events, and more than 2,500 developers joined our hands-on trainings on AI. Really amazing number. And we also have Google Developer Experts. We call them GDE, and globally there are more than 1,400 GDEs. They not only have really deep expertise in Google technologies like Android, Cloud, AI, Flutter, but they love to share expertise knowledge with their fellow developers through tech talks, through mentoring sessions, or through tech blogs, or YouTube video, or even podcasts. As I mentioned, there are over 1,400 GDEs across the world, and 26 of them are residing in Australia and New Zealand. So you can see some of them today too. But today, over 7,000 developers join their sessions in person. So this means you can not only meet them at the events hosted by our GDGs, but you can also meet them at major tech conferences happening around your cities. And welcome to DevFest. As Sundar mentioned in his videos, DevFest is the world's largest distributed tech conferences, and it's all about bringing all the developers together to grow and learn together. And DevFest was a huge success last year. There were there were almost 560 DevFest events led by our GDGs across 105 countries. And more than 810,000 developers joined our DevFest in person. And Australian, of course, we had a really successful DevFest as well. We had 18 events led by 14 GDGs, and over 1,100 developers joined our DevFest in person last year. So let's talk about Google's commitment to developers. Take a moment to see these pictures of our founders in Google's early days. So the commitment to developers has been in our DNA from early days. We knew from the very beginning that real magic happens when you put really powerful tools in the hands of our developers. So you were the center of everything we did back then, and you're still the center of everything we are doing today. And you are also at the center of the most amazing technology shift that we've ever seen, which is AI, right? So every so often there's technologies that comes along and they can change everything. First, it was web, and Google was there to help organize world's information and make it universally accessible. And then it was mobile, and Google was also there to put that information in your hands. And now we all know the next big shift is already here, and it's AI. And Google is deeply committed to building an AI-powered future. Sundar declared, Google is an AI-first company back in 2016, when mobile was still thriving. Because AI was powering all the products that you love and use every day. AI is helping answer 100 billion questions that our Google search receives every day. And it also helps organize 500 hours of videos uploaded onto our YouTube every minute and recommend the best video to watch next. And also AI is helping you find the best route, no matter the weather or how bad the traffic gets. And AI is also helping you connect with each other, regardless of native languages, with 100 million words passing through our Google Translate every day. So as you can see, all the other companies are rushing to build AI on their businesses. At Google, AI has been already woven through everything we do. And we want to share our expertise in AI through our developer communities. And also, like Sundar mentioned, that we are at an inflection point. We believe AI can transform every idea, every team, or every solutions, and it can accelerate the outcome and result. And also, Google is investing $85 billion in AI tooling and infrastructures. And it's not just Google, it's a global trend. And we know more than 62% of developers are leveraging GenAI tool to boost up their productivity. And 7 million of them are leveraging Gemini. As I mentioned, I also lead the Google for Startup Accelerator program across Australia and Korea. And we just hosted our 3-day in-person bootcamp in Sydney for our 2025 cohorts. And one of the speakers was an AI product lead from Canva. And he told me at Canva, they don't even consider hiring software engineer. They're not using any GenAI tool to boost up their productivity. So it is a global trend that you don't want to be falling behind. And let's talk about our commitment to startups. So we launched the Google for Startup Accelerator program for the first time in Australia last year. And bringing the accelerator program to Australia was a journey. It took me almost 6 months of passionate conversations to make it happen. Even though the accelerator program is a global program, but we just don't launch it anywhere because we invest so much in these programs. We want to make sure that we launch it at the right place at the right time. And we did our homework, right? So there's a powerful trend that global investors are leaning in. They were part of almost 60% of all the startup deals that made in Australia last year. And more than 2/3 of our Aussie founders are already building with a plan to go global. So it is like domestic ambitions meeting the international interests. It's like perfect match, right? But things are always just as simple. We saw also startups are struggling more and more to scale because the total invest money is going up in Australia, but it's going into a fewer and larger deals for more established startups, like a mega deal for Harrison AI. So that's when we thought that's where Google can help. That's why we decided to launch the accelerator to help our early stage startups to break through. So our mission of the accelerator is, of course, help our startups to grow and to grow faster. So I want to show you these numbers because numbers can, they do tell stories. So until last year, more than 1,700 startups have graduated from our programs, and 20 of them grown into unicorns, and another 131 had a really successful exit. So just think about it for a second. This means almost 10% of all the startups that come to our programs have gone through either unicorns or really had a success exit. So really amazing number. But beyond these headlines, I want to also highlight one more number here. So that's 95% of survival rate. Can anyone guess the survival rate for Aussie startups? Any wild guess? 20, very close. Not 10. So on average, 25% of Aussie startups mark their fifth year. So the 95% of survival rate across 9 years of our program's history is really powerful, and it shows the importance of the right support at the right time. And we also offer different free cloud credits for startups in different startup journeys. So there's several different tiers. So if you are startup founders or if you're working at startups, please make sure to check out the page so that you can get a free access to Google Cloud credits. We are in a sea of change. Everything is changing so incredibly fast. And you might feel overwhelmed, because I do feel overwhelmed. At Google, we talk about AI 24/7. And I don't have any technical background, so I do feel really overwhelmed sometimes. But I believe our developer communities can provide you guidance around the best technology that you need to learn at that time, and also how to build your successful career as a developer. So today you made the right choice to really take out your time to join our DevFest event, and please keep showing up so that you don't get lost or fall behind in the sea of change. Thank you so much. Enjoy DevFest. And I'll be around for a while, so please come to me if you have any questions around these programs, or just chat about it. Thank you.